Alright, so I have another car for you today, and it's a Toyota Highlander 2017 Limited. No, my mistake, it's an XLE edition, but with all the chrome I thought it was limited. So, if you don't know much about cars and you're interested in one of these, I'll show you here some steps and I'll give you some tips that will help you test the car and know at least if it's a good deal and if it's worth your time, and if you want to take it to a garage later, you'll at least know that it's worth trying to check out if this car is good. First thing I would suggest to do is check the exterior condition. So make sure there's enough bright light on the paint and that it's clean. Take a walk around the car, look for any paint mismatch, and look for as well for any misalignment between the doors and panels, if everything looks right. In this case, the paint job is amazing. Car looks like new all around. Next, check the wheels and tires. Make sure there's enough treads and there is no damage on the mag. Now this is winter tire. I would suggest to also ask about the summer tires if they have them. The wheels and tires looks alright all around. Nothing to say. Next, looked at the windshield. Now there is some snow on this one, but it does look like it's not cracked anywhere. It does look clean, even from the inside, so that's good. This one also comes with a sunroof, so just check that it's well closed, tight. Just take a simple look at it. Looks good. I'm gonna go ahead and mark as the exterior checked. Now my pen is not working, so sorry for that. Next is the engine condition. For that step, simply turn the engine on and listen. So there is no exhaust leak. Smoke from the exhaust in the back looks just the right color. Nothing to worry over here. Open the hood. Sounds amazing. There are no smoke anywhere. Doesn't seem like it's leaking anything on the floor. Now while the hood is open, also look at the bolts and the plastic clips all around. Make sure they're all here and that they look all right. Everything seems aligned. Everything is clean. There is really nothing to worry about in there. I'm gonna go ahead and mark as the engine checked. Next is the interior condition. Start with the door panel. Look at the fabric. Everything looks clean. The seats looks like new. Now this car is full of stuff. I think they were not expecting to show the car off to anyone today, so we'll have to do with that. Try and open the rear door. I think this one should open automatically, and it does. Also full. This noise comes from the snow. I don't know if you heard it. It comes from the snow around the door. So, but I believe everything's clean, everything looks right. Close it back. And it closes perfectly. That's good. Next, try and open the windows. Make sure they do all work. And in this case they do. The sunroof as well. Over there. You won't open because it's frozen. So I'm gonna go ahead and try the windshield wipers. I believe they're supposed to work. They're only frozen. Yeah, they are frozen in place. Here we go. They work perfectly. And the rear one as well. I believe it works. Or it's trying to work. It was frozen too. Alright, it works. Also check that the electric seat work. Everything looks right. Test the rear view camera by putting it in reverse. It works. The radio seems like it works. The heating system also seems like it works. Now the only problem in winter is if you want to test the AC, the air conditioning, even if you turn it on, the system may sense that it's too cold and won't even try to turn on the compressor. So the only way to make sure the AC system works is to take the car to a garage and ask them to make sure that they test it. That's important. I'm gonna go ahead and say that the interior has been checked. Next is the test drive. Now the test drive is very important. Take your time. Don't be shy or scared to take your time. Make sure you drive the car at least until the engine reaches the normal operating temperature, which I still haven't in here. So take it in city, take it on the highway, test the brakes, test the stability. If anything seems like odd, if the steering wheel is trying to turn on its own, right or left, if the salesman wants to stick with you on the ride, make sure he remains quiet as much as possible. Also turn off the radio in order to be able to focus on any small sound that could be on the car. In this case, the car drives fine, so I would go ahead and check the test drive as done over here. Next is the mileage. So you've looked at the car from the outside, you've driven the car. You should now have a fair idea about what mileage it should have on. In this case we have 119k. That seems normal. I would have believed a lot less, so that the car is so clean, so good. I would have even believed like 20,000, 30,000. So nothing to say about the mileage. I'm gonna check it as checked. What? Okay, over here. No, right? My pen doesn't work anyway. Next is VIN check. Now, you really don't want to end up buying a stolen car. This is actually one of the most stolen cars there is on the market, especially with the push start. So you want to make sure it's not stolen. The police will find the car, they will take it away, and they won't help you get your money back. So it's very important. Look at the VIN plate on the driver's side. Try to remove it by hand. It should not be possible to remove it by hand. If it is easy to remove, if it feels like a sticker, then you might be dealing with a cloned car. So take the VIN over here, compare it with the one under the windshield, which in this case is somewhere under the snow over here. Make sure it doesn't look like it has been tampered with. Now on the recent cars like this one, we have this logo that you can take a picture of. So let's do. So this is what I got. I got the VIN, I got some details, 2017 Highlander. To me it sounds genuine. Now this, on the ad I can see a black car, but it's not the same VIN, I believe. It's not the same VIN. Sometimes it will take you to another VIN, but at least Google has been able to confirm that the VIN that I've seen over there is the one that the picture is taking. Next. Usually on Toyotas, there is a third place under the passenger seat where you can find the VIN. However, I looked and this car does not have it. So they don't all have it. Anyway, I'm convinced we're not dealing with a cloned car. So I'm gonna go ahead and check the VIN as checked. Finally, the cluster light. For this test, turn the car off and turn it back on to accessory mode. This case it's a push start, so push once without turning the engine on. Now what you're looking for is all the logo, all the lights. We have the check engine over here, we have the seat belt. If they go away, try again, turn off, put it back on accessory mode. You can see here traction control, 4x4, ABS, everything's there. When you turn on the car, everything turns off, so that's good. We still have here the seat belts, which I did not put on, so the light is on. Under the RPM gauge, we have the tire pressure light on, which indicates that one of the tires doesn't have the right pressure. We still have the BSM light on, which is the blind system monitors. It only indicates to me that the system is active, which is normal. So what happens is sometimes some people will say the check engine is on or the ABS light is on. They will manually remove the cluster, break the LED light behind the check engine so it doesn't light up, and show you the problem that is on the car. In this case everything works, so I know the cluster hasn't been tampered with, so that's good. I am pretty happy, and I would say the cluster has been checked. So we did a full walk around this car. I haven't found a single problem with it. So if I was to buy it, depending on the price, I would go for it. Looks like a good car, and I don't have anything to bargain on, so I would go ahead. Whenever you go test a car, make sure that you do some research on Google. Try and look for the most common issues you can find on this car. For example, here we have something that says here odd noise while braking, jerky transmission, engine stalling. Definitely some stuff that you can check while testing the car. In this case, I haven't come upon anything that looks like odd to me, so I'm happy with the car. Anyway, it's important to check the common issues, the experience that people had on the same cars, before you go and check your own car. And I hope that you find this video helpful. Wish you luck in your purchases, and thank you for watching.